Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we are going to talk about what you should prioritize on first with your marketing. So this is actually an issue that's been popping up for us over and over. It's a recurring thing. There's always more stuff to do. You know, where do you start first? What's a framework you can use to go about experimenting on things? And even before we talk about that, here's the thing. If you're improving every week by 1% or 2 or 3% or so, you're at least going to improve by 50%, each year. And if you're able to do that, just running these experiments every once in a while, you hit a home run. A lot of them are going to be duds. If you're going to, think of it that way, you think of it in terms of numbers, improving, compounding over time, it makes sense to run experiments. So how do you prioritize, Neil? How do you go about doing this? What's your framework?
I first look at the funnel. In Google Analytics, you can see where the biggest drop-off is. If you want a more thorough funnel, you can use something like Mixpanel, and you can see where the drop-off is for every single step to your sign-up, to your checkout, whatever you're selling or whatever lead gen you're offering. You can see what's causing people to fall off. From there, you can then determine what you should focus on. For example, in marketing, if you say your funnel is really amazing and it's converting extremely well and your drop-offs aren't too bad, then you shouldn't work on optimizing it. On the flip side, if your funnel's optimized really poorly or it's really not optimized at all, you have to look at the step that's causing the biggest drop-off and start running A/B tests. If you're not sure what to do, let's say it's your checkout page, you can just Google for checkout page A/B test. Or let's say it's your pricing page, you can do pricing page A/B tests. Or if it's your contact form and you're doing lead gen, contact form A/B tests. You'll get a lot of ideas. Then from there, you can run tests. Now, on the flip side, if your funnel's doing really well, you want to start focusing on traffic. And Eric and I can get into ways you can drive traffic. But before you do that, this is the thing that most people don't really think about. It's like a leaky bucket syndrome. If you have a leaky bucket, why would you keep pouring more water in? You wouldn't. Because you know it's just going to fall right out. And for that reason, you want to make sure there's no leaks in your bucket. So in other words, make sure your funnel is optimized before you start driving a lot of traffic first.
Yeah, so Neil and I have a mutual friend. This guy's name is Sean Ellis. He was on the growth team for Dropbox when they were on their way to growth, and Dropbox has since IPO'd recently. And he came up with a new product, so he has a community called growthhackers.com. Now, what he's done is he's released a new project management tool called North Star, and that's actually free for the first 20 users or so. So what you can do is there's a framework in there, so you don't necessarily need to get North Star. We're not affiliated at all, but you can get it for free for 20 people, so why not? But there is the ICE model. So the I stands for impact. So when you're coming up with a test idea, you score it 1 through 10. So, what do you think the impact's going to be? It might be, an 8, for example. Now, C is confidence. How confident are you that this test is going to succeed? So, a lot of you are going to obviously be biased towards your own test, so you're probably going to score 8+, but at least score it. And some tests you might say, hey, it's a 6 or a 5 or so, but we should hit some singles instead of trying to go for home runs all the time. Then you have E. E is basically the difficulty of I forgot what the E means, but E is basically the difficulty of actually implementing the actual experiment. So ease, I believe it's ease actually. So if it takes a long time, where it might take you a couple months, it's a big project. Let's say Neil comes up with an idea of saying, hey, Eric, I think this, if we come up with this widget or this app for marketing school, I think we're going to get a lot more downloads. That might be an undertaking that costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time to get done. But he's so confident that, let's just go out there and do it. Then you just average the scores, 10, 10, 10. Then you average as a 10. And then you just run a test from that way. But the thing I like about North Star is that it's very, you're coming up with different hypotheses, right? Because this happened, I think we should do this, and I expect this kind of result. And then you have descriptions as well, basically, and you can assign the test to people, and then it's a whole framework that you can use. And again, you don't need to necessarily get it for free first, and then maybe you can copy a framework into a spreadsheet. But using something like this and then getting your team aboard, maybe you're running it initially, is going to help you grow in the long term.
Yeah, and here's where Eric and I differ a bit. I totally agree with the ICE framework. I love it. But the problem I found is it doesn't work for most companies unless there's someone who knows marketing really well. And I know Eric would agree to this. If you're using data, like if you're using your hunch, right, versus data, and you think, oh, there's going to be a strong impact, but you don't have a lot of experience running tests or doing marketing, your numbers are going to be really off, and you're going to find that you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. On the flip side, if you're new to marketing, use the data. If you've been doing this for many years, you've ran a lot of experiments, by all means, you can use the ICE experimentation framework. And once you fix your leaky bucket or your funnel, then it's just about driving traffic. And I don't care what anyone tells you. I know we're big, advocates of SEO. The best and simplest traffic to get to your website is paid traffic, because you can pick the landing page, you can scale up really fast, and from there, you just drive the traffic. You can test Facebook, you can test Google AdWords, which are the major two. Then you can get into Bing, Taboola, Outbrain. You can test all these other sites, and you can see what's driving the most revenue per click. You don't always want to look at it as, hey, I'm paying $5 a click and here's my ROI, or this place is getting me 20 clicks. Measure it based off of ROI. So if Taboola and Outbrain cost a lot less, it's okay. Their conversions will be, crap. So it's not that, hey, it's 1/5 the cost, so it's going to be better. It's more so what's the ROI. And you just look at a whole channel I spent, X amount per clicks, here's the total cost that I spent, and here's a revenue, and here's a profit.
Yeah, so this is just it's a nice starting point for you also. Whether you're advanced, you're starting out, there's different couple of actionable things you can do here. Now, well, before we go to singlegrain.com/giveaway to check out our marketing tools, and we will see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.